Hello, Colanet Africa Online Learner. Today we are going to look at question number 13, and this is QCP 2015 to 2019. The first question went like, the area of a rectangular piece of land is 220 square meters. Its width is 12.5 meter. What is the perimeter of the piece of land? So in this case, you need to know the terms, the area, and even the formula, the perimeter. So the perimeter, and this was tested in 2019. Solution: draw a sketch. It's very important. Then after doing the sketch, know about the length and the width. So we have the width here, which is 12.5 meters, and we don't have the length. But we know the area is usually length times width. That's the formula of calculating the area. So it will be 220, which is our area, meter squared, is equals to 12.5 times the length. So in this case, you will be required to know the L by dividing both sides by 12.5 to get 17.5 meters. So perimeter will be 2L plus 2W, meaning it is this length, you add to that length, you add to that one, and then you end where you started. So in this case, it will be 2 times 12.6 plus 2 times 12.5. In this case, you're going to get 60.2 meters. So that is the answer. Then, what was tested in 2018? A pupil left home for school at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour and returned at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour. The whole journey took 5 hours and 24 minutes. How far is the school from home in kilometers? So, in this case, this was done in 2018. Solution: draw a sketch. One thing you need to remember is that the distance from school or home to school and school to home is the same. So it is a constant. So you draw and then you put, when going to school, we have the speed, and then we have time, and we have D, STD. You have to get speed, time, and distance. Then on the other end, you also need, when returning home, you need speed, time, and distance. So now we know the whole journey took 5 hours and 24 minutes. Now, how do we do this? What we know is that this D and this D are the same. But when you want to calculate for time, you usually use the formula. So the distance covered is the same, meaning what you're going to do is that we know distance, time is distance over speed. So D over S. So distance over speed. And then the other one, when returning back home, will be the distance, which is the same, divided by speed. So the two will give you a total number of this time, 5 hours and 24 minutes. It is good you convert this one into fraction or into hours. So in this case, it will be D over 5 plus 4 over 4. Where are we getting 5? 5 kilometers per hour while he was going from home to school. Then when returning, 4 kilometers per hour. So when you look at that, it will give you the LCM of 20. So 20 divided by 5, you get 4 times D, you get 4D, and the other one will get 5D. So this one will give you a total of 9D over 20. But this 9D over 20 is equal to the time, because this is the time taken when going to school and when going back. So the two time will give you the total number of hours. So 24 divided by 60, you convert the number of minutes into hours. So it will be 5 over 2. So you convert that one, and then you're going to get, this will be 27 over 5 is equals to 9D over 20. So we have D as a known. So what you need to do, you multiply by 20, you multiply both sides by 20, and then you divide by 9 to be left with a D. So that is what has been done here. So when you do that, you're going to get your answer as 12. So the distance between home and school is 12 kilometers. Note, it is good to understand are the formulas of calculating distance, time, and also the speed. Now part C, the figure below represents a piece of land. We have this piece of land, it moves that way, it has a circular end, then that way, and then that way. So the first question, what distance would be covered if one walk 2.5 times around it? Take pi to be 22/7. This was tested in 2017. Solution. Before you work out, it is important to note that here it is the distance that you're going to cover as you move around like that. Many students make a mistake when it comes to this point, because instead of adding this one, they subtract. So since it's a distance, this is not like area where you get the area of this one and you subtract. No, this one is a distance, perimeter. So you need to add that, you add that, you add this one, and then you add that one. So in this case, we have P, perimeter is 100. We start from this one, 100. Then we need to move this curve, which is 22/7 times 70. 70 is the diameter, times a half. These are semicircle. So multiply by a half, you get that distance. Then you add 100. Then after adding 100, you add this part, 22/7 times 70 again, times a half. So don't subtract this part, it is part of the perimeter. So after you have done that, you will get the answer as 200. 100 plus 100, 200, and the other one will be 220 by 7, 1 by 7, 10 by 2, 1 by 2, 11. So 110, more, add another 110 to get 220 meters. So the total will be 420 meters going once. Go back to the question. It is asking what the distance will be covered if one was to walk 2.5 times. So 2.5. So you multiply 420 with 2.5, which is 2.5 multiplied by 420 to get for 1050. So when you have a fraction or a mixed fraction, it is always advisable to change this one into improper fraction by multiplying the denominator to the whole number to get 4 plus 1, you get 5 over 2 times 420 by 2, 1 by 2, 210. 210 times this one, you get 1050. So that is the distance covered when he walked 2.5 times. Then we move to the next question. What is the value of these? We have 2r squared minus t plus rs, s minus t. You are given the values of r is 4, s is equals to t plus 2, and t is equals to r minus 1. So in this case, the first thing you need to do, you get the values of the letters before substituting them to the equation. So you need to know what is the value of t, the value of the s, and also we have been given r. So in this case, we have r is equals to 4. So s is equals to t plus 2, and t is equals to r minus 1. Since we have r, we are going to start with this one. So t will be 4 because our r is 4 minus 1 to get 3. So our t will be 3. After getting that, now we substitute this one to the s because s is t plus 2. So it will be 3 plus 2 to get 5. So s is 5. Then after getting that, now substitute these values in the equation or in the expression. So 2r squared. R squared is 4 minus t, which is 3, and then we have 5, which is s, then 5 minus 3. So you substitute that way, you square that one, then minus 3 plus 5, you will get 32 after 16 times 2. Then this one, you use the BODMAS. 32 plus 7, 32 plus 5, you get 37, minus 3, you get 34. Then the denominator will be 5 minus 3, 2. So 34 minus divided by 2, you get 17. So that is our answer. Then part E, what is the next number in the pattern? We have 5, we have 13, 25, 41, and 61. Solution. Check the relationship what is common, the ratio or difference. So 5, 13, 25, 41 and 61, the difference from one number is 8, the other one is 12 when you subtract. Then 41 minus 25 you get 16, the other one you get 20. So the other one we expect to be increasing by 4. So because from this to this you get 4, this to this you get a difference of 4, so a 4 is being added here, so this one will be plus 4 to get 24. So to get the next number we'll say 24 plus 61 to get 85. So that is the answer. Here is assignment for you. Make sure you read keenly, understand, and then you answer, and then choose the correct answer. The answers are provided in the notes section. Thank you, and may God bless you as you do mathematics.